Hello guys, and happy holidays, happy festivities if you celebrate Christmas, because it is the week of Christmas. Goodness me, it's flying by. I haven't had time to do half the content that I wanted to for this week, but I did want to provide you this little video which is talking to you guys about firstly what's happening over at Coffee Stain. We've had a little bit of information over the last week about Snutt Leaving, who's one of the 2 community managers that we've got. Also, what's happening, what's planned in the near future and beyond for Satisfactory, for those of you who don't know, and also what's going on in terms of Satisfactory events at the moment, because there are 2 events, one that's running right now up until the end of December, and another one that is running at the end of this week as well. So if you want to join in, I'll give you the information about that shortly. And then finally, I did want to end this video really talking about my plans for the channel. So let's face the first big piece of news, which was earlier this week, in fact a week ago. Snutt announced on the Coffee Stain YouTube page that they were leaving as community manager and actually leaving Coffee Stain to pursue their own things, which is incredibly inspiring. But Snutt has been the face of Satisfactory for many people, especially leading up to 1.0, and it will be bittersweet with Snutt leaving. But a few of you have asked what I believe the state of Satisfactory will be without Snutt, and I just want to put to bed any concerns that you may have. And first and foremost, I want to say there is no need to worry about anything. I've spoken to the devs in person and they all have some incredible plans for Satisfactory over the coming years, and Snutt leaving is not going to change that. And even then, we have Mikhail, who is an incredible guy who's very much stepped in and fulfilled the shoes as the second community manager up until this point, and I'm sure they are more than capable of taking up the torch for us and presenting us with some incredible news come the new year. And I will be talking about what is planned, what I know, not that there's much, about the future releases coming in 2025 and onwards. And I think Snutt leaving now is the right time. They've just released Satisfactory 1.0, and that's the perfect time to close the chapter and to start something new and leaving on a high. And that doesn't mean that Snutt has let the community down. Quite the contrary, I think it's very respectable what they've done. And I'm excited for him working on his own projects, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. So I will put links to Snutt's platforms there in the description below. But regardless, we are in safe hands, and I just want to wish Snutt the best in what the future holds for them. Now, moving on from that, we have a few events currently going on in the Satisfactory community. Now, for those of you who don't know, a lot of the community events happen over on Twitch. There isn't really much that goes on terms of YouTube. So if you guys do want to get involved with the Satisfactory community, do join us over on Twitch in the Satisfactory subcategory. At the moment, there is the Pass It On event, which sees content creators taking on a theme. And the theme this year, for this Pass It On event, is games that are not satisfactory. And they have a couple of hours to come up with a build based on that. And then at the end, the save is passed on immediately after the build has been completed to the next creator. And they have slots making it run 24/7 pretty much. And this started, I believe, last week, and it's going on until the end of December, depending on how many people they have participating. I may be joining in if I can get ahead with some work, so we will see. It'll probably be a little bit closer to Christmas if that's the case. But also alongside that, there is another community event that is taking place on the 21st of December, and that is the 128 event. And I think we've attempted this 4 times now, maybe even 5 times, where we try and stack 128 pioneers on top of one another in this tall tower. And it takes a fair bit of time, and we've yet to get to 128. We've managed, if I remember rightly, 109, I think, is how high we've got the tower. So we're very much hoping and believe that this time on the 21st, we will actually be able to achieve that. So do join us over on Twitch on the Satisfactory Events Twitch channel. I'm actually going to be hosting that alongside BrainDG, a good friend of mine. It's their baby, what they've developed ever since Satisfactory was released. So do check that out. And on top of that, let's talk about the future of Satisfactory. So we know at the moment that first and foremost, there is console planned for Satisfactory. And the console release has been stated, from what I've heard, in 2025. Originally, I thought the free update and the console update would coincide, but I think it was mentioned in the dev stream, not last week, but the week before, that there's going to be the console release, and then later on there will be the free update that will be available to everyone. That's going to be quite considerable in size. And then after that, following hopefully 2026, there will be the planned release of the expansion, which is going to be a paid expansion, but it's going to drastically change the game. You won't need to buy it. You can still continue playing Satisfactory and it won't affect you. But if you do purchase the expansion, you can expect something totally different. Like maybe we'll be building a factory underground, or maybe we'll be going to another planet, or just a whole new map. Who knows? But it's something on that scale, with more resources to play about with, and a reason to play about with different resources as well. But that's all I know as of yet in regards to that. Regardless, I am super excited for that. And if I find out any more information about that over the coming months and years, then I will keep you up to date with that. And now I get to talk about the state of the channel and the future plans for this channel and the others that we have running. Now, firstly, this year has been incredibly hectic and stressful, but also enjoyable. 1.0's release was a magical experience, and I'm very much enjoying the game. And for the main channel, this particular one, the Totalxclipse channel, I will still be creating regular Satisfactory content. Nothing's going to change with that. I'm still producing the guided playthrough and the Let's Play. They're two separate playthroughs, and there has been some confusion as to which is which. So I need to work on how I can make that more apparent, maybe through the thumbnails, but we will still be continuing both of them, as well as bringing out more guides for you guys as well. And then eventually, following next year, we will be doing some more Satisfactory factory tours as well. There were some that I wanted to do this year that I just didn't get time to release, and so we're having to push that all back. But with Satisfactory's full release, we are going to have to also consider looking at other video games as well. So I'm looking on the main channel. We will continue doing Satisfactory content, but occasionally you may see us bringing in another game, and we'll test the waters to see if you guys like it. And at the moment, I have two games that I'd really like to do a potential playthrough of and maybe do some guides on when they release. The first being Subnautica 2. A lot of you have recommended that I play the first game, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in stream today, and we'll probably do that as a full run. So if you do want to join me for that, then do check out my Twitch channel, which we'll be talking about shortly. Oh my goodness me. Go away! No, what was that? Oh, dearie me. going to be one of those games. But on top of that, I would love to cover some Space Engineers 2, which has recently been teased, and I don't know to what capacity we'll cover it, but I had a lot of fun with that, and there are ways to create you can build a factory. It's a little bit more work, but perhaps we could do some factory automation of that, building these massive ships as well, and enjoy that on the channel. So we'll see. It's going to be more sci-fi, survival, crafting, building, automation based on this channel. Obviously, if there's a factory game being released, we will have a look at it, even though I haven't had time to check out Factorio 2.0, and I really wanted to. As for my second channel, we have the More Total channel. Originally, that was planned to just be a live stream and VOD channel where I'd live stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and then the VODs would be on there. It worked really well for the first month, but it kind of just fell off after that. And that is probably in part my fault, because we took a month off after 1.0's release. And so we haven't done much with that. And then after we returned to it, we just weren't gaining the viewership that we really need to warrant the extra work that goes into it. As such, I'm thinking that it would be better to diversify the content that we do rather than trying to keep everything on one channel, especially with concerns that if ever the channel is taken down for one reason or another, all of our eggs are in one basket, and that's scary. And therefore, I think it's smart that we turn the More Total channel into a secondary guide channel like the Totalxclipse channel, but this one will be for more survival fantasy games. That's things like Enshrouded that have done very well on my channel, Valheim. There's Light No Fire that is being released. Well, we don't know about when it will be released. I'm hoping next year, but I think that has the potential to be a big game that we cover on the channel as well. And I think segueing to a different niche that's similar, that we already have a good following in, is probably a good idea for us. And then we have the third channel, which I'm starting. I will release the first video on the 1st of January. That is going to be about helping people create gaming content. So if you want to create content on YouTube or Twitch that's specifically in the gaming genre, the gaming niche, then I'm going to be talking about my experiences, my difficulties, what I would have done differently, what I will do, and really my process. And I think some people are really going to find that useful coming from my own experiences. So that is another channel. You'll hear more about that as of the 1st of January. So there is a lot to take in there, and there's also the Twitch channel as well, which is where we do our live streams. And with the live streams, we have done a lot of Satisfactory content, and we continue to do that, and will continue to do that. But I do want to turn that into more of a variety channel. Again, I'm trying to diversify the content just so that we have a little bit more protection against the ebbs and flows of the game, because now that the game's been fully released, you can expect people to not play it as much and not watch videos on Satisfactory as much. And then when there'll be an update, that's going to ramp up again and then drop down. So by diversifying the content a bit more, we can hopefully grow the channel more and bring more people into the channel, which will hopefully allow us to continue creating content long term. So with that, we will do Satisfactory for the first half of the streams, and then we will do a different game for the second half. And the hope is that we actually stream a little bit longer. Normally we do 4 hours. I'm hoping to do a 5-hour stream, but we'll start at 4 p.m. Is the plan, and go to about 9 p.m. So that is kind of the plan at the moment for the channel. And as I mentioned, I'm starting Subnautica tonight. So halfway through, I'm going to jump from Satisfactory to Subnautica. And if we enjoy the game, we're going to play that all the way through, so that hopefully come Subnautica 2.0, we'll be able to jump in with our eyes open and provide you with some great content. But guys, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support and being part of this community, this tribe, and I couldn't have done any of this without you. And I hope you enjoy the content as much as I enjoy producing it, and that you're as excited as I am to bring in the new year and get these new channels up and running for you guys. But we are going to leave it there. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and of course, thank you as always goes to all of our amazing supporters on Patreon, without whom we couldn't do this content. Most notably, our Lunas, Firefless the Calamity, Ben and Star, and our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Papa Snoozy. Until next time, as always, ciao for now, and Merry Christmas.